In this video, we are going to determine which quadrant or axis a point is on the coordinate plane, which is 2D, meaning 2 dimensions. Using the 10 points from the previous video, we will clearly say where each point here is located on this coordinate plane with a simple question: which quadrant or axis, meaning which quadrant or axis a point is located on the coordinate plane. So we will write below each point here where it is located here. As we know, the coordinate plane is divided into 4 quadrants. Here is the first quadrant. I will write it as Q1, which means quadrant here. This Q mean quadrant 1. I will just write it like this for simplicity. I don't want to write the full word here. Here is the second quadrant. Here is the third quadrant. And here is the fourth quadrant. So here the first quadrant, the second quadrant, the third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant as the anti-clockwise here. The boundary are the axis. So point on the x-axis or y-axis are not in any quadrant. The origin here is 0, 0, which is 0, 0. It's located on both axes, the x-axis and y-axis. So here the first quadrant is located on the positive x-axis and positive y-axis. Here the second quadrant is located on the negative x-axis and positive y-axis. The third quadrant is located on the negative x-axis and negative y-axis. The fourth quadrant here is located on the positive x-axis and negative y-axis. So the whole region here, the first quadrant, the whole region here, the second quadrant, the whole region here, the third quadrant, and the whole region here is the fourth quadrant. The boundaries are these axes. Now let's decide which quadrant or axis these points are on this coordinate plane. Feel free to pause this video to answer the question. I assume you did it. Now, this point P1 is 1, 2, which is here 1, then 2. Here it is in the first quadrant. Let's delete this. So this point, it is in the first quadrant. Here, this point here in the first quadrant. For simplicity, I wrote it as Q. So this here, Q mean quadrant. Here, the second point here, P2 equal 5, 0, which is here 5, 0. Here is the second point. It is on the x-axis and it is on the positive side. So here, this point, it's on the x-axis. So I'll write just for simplicity, I'll write just x-axis. The third point, which is 0, 3, which is here, 0, then up 3. This point on y-axis, so it is on y-axis, so I will write y-axis. It's very simple to decide which quadrant or axis the point is. P4, negative 2, then 4, which is here, this P4, which is on the second quadrant, so I write here Q2. The fifth point, negative 1.5, then 0, which is here, this one, P5. This here on the x-axis, so I will write on the x-axis. P6, which is here in the third quadrant, so it is on the third quadrant. So this point in the third quadrant. P7, which is here, negative 5, then negative 5, which is here. It is in the third quadrant. Q3. P8, which is 0, negative 2, 0, negative 2, which is here P8, which is on the y-axis. So I'll write here y-axis. P9, which is here, 2, then -2. It is in the fourth quadrant. So this point in the fourth quadrant. P10, which is -4, 5, -4, 5, which is here in the second quadrant. Q2. So if x equal 0 like here or here, or y equal 0, then the point is on the axis, either on x-axis or y-axis. So we learned that the coordinate plane has 4 quadrants and 2 axes, x-axis and y-axis. Any point on the coordinate plane is either in the quadrant or on the axis. I hope this video made it simple and easy to decide whether a point is on the quadrant or on the axis of the coordinate plane 2D. If you find this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more math videos, and feel free to comment below with your questions or suggestions about this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.